Tuning into today's video. It's Monday on GavsWeatherVids.com, which can mean only one thing. Yes, it is Europe Day. Every Monday on GavsWeatherVids.com we have a look at the weather for the coming week across the European continent, and obviously today is no exception. Now, before I go on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying my weather videos at GavsWeatherVids.com. Please play those videos. You'll be supporting GavsWeatherVids.com by doing that. So this is the pressure chart for today, Monday the 5th of November for Europe. We've got this area of low pressure here across central parts of Europe and up to the northeast as well. And we've got this ridge of high pressure building in off the Atlantic, pulling down this cold northerly wind into much of Western Europe. Through the Mediterranean, it's quite unsettled. Pressure is leaking away now, as you would expect, getting well on into the autumn. Now, actually brings some quite warm upper air temperatures up onto this eastern side of Europe, out of the Mediterranean. But that really is the exception, the east and the southeast. Most of the continent is actually quite cold, particularly in the north and the west, where we bring down this northerly flow. And this low pressure here has got some quite warm air associated on its southern and eastern side, but quite cold air associated on its northern and western flank. So the precipitation showing up here across this eastern part of Europe, it's mainly rain as we go down in towards the east and the southeast of Europe, but on this northeastern side, some of this through southern Scandinavia could certainly be falling as snow. Elsewhere, we've got a lot of rain here through France, going down in towards northern Spain, quite unsettled and showery across Germany as well. And we've got cool and bright air mass across the British Isles. Through the Mediterranean, a large amount of dry weather actually, but there are showers around, particularly in this southeastern part of Italy and through in towards Greece as well. Now, going further ahead to have a look at the temperatures for today, it's quite cold really for much of central, northern and northwestern Europe. Temperatures into single figures, very chilly up over Scandinavia, but it's pretty warm in the south and the southeast. We're bringing that southerly wind up into this southeastern corner, so temperatures in some parts of the Balkans up to around 24-25 degrees, very warm indeed as we go through into this afternoon. So really quite warm indeed in this southeastern corner, but most of the continent is actually quite cold. Now, as we go through into the middle of the week, we start to find a more zonal flow coming in off the Atlantic. The high pressure is slipping southwards from the Azores, stretching into France, and we're bringing this westerly flow on a flat jet stream through the British Isles in towards central parts of Europe. But it's still cold here up over Scandinavia with this trough of low pressure. So that's where the cold upper air temperatures are through the middle of the week. Across much of Scandinavia in towards the west of Russia, it is quite cold up there, and it's turned a lot cooler on this eastern and southeastern side of the continent as well. But conversely, temperatures are actually lifting up in the west as this westerly wind comes in off the Atlantic through Ireland, Britain, in towards Denmark, Germany, the Low Countries, down into France. Those upper air temperatures are picking up, and we've got quite a strong westerly wind blowing here right the way across the Atlantic into Europe as well. So this area of precipitation here through Central Europe, this really marks the boundary between that colder air to the east and the northeast, and the milder air coming in from the west off the Atlantic. So through the middle of the week, that boundary will be through Germany, in towards Poland, and then going on up in towards southern parts of Scandinavia, through into Latvia, and maybe even into western Russia as well. A lot of showers and longer spells of rain, maybe some thunderstorms here in this southeastern corner through Italy, the Adriatic, into the Balkans, and it's turned a lot cooler as well now. But conversely, it's actually turning dry through much of France down in towards northern Spain, where they have got some showers and thunderstorms indicated here for southern parts of Spain and Portugal. Temperatures through the middle of the week actually picking up in the west, so it's turned milder through Ireland, Britain, Denmark, much of northern Germany, down into the Low Countries, France. Yes, that milder westerly wind is bringing in that warmer air off the Atlantic, but it's turned a lot cooler in the east. Look at that temperature drop that's taking place in the east and the southeast of Europe from Monday, from today through to Wednesday. A big temperature drop has taken place there, much cooler through many parts of Italy, down in towards the Balkans, southeastern Europe as well, Greece, Turkey, Albania, a lot cooler. Romania as well in that part of the continent. Really many central parts of Europe actually quite chilly. Now, as we go through towards the end of the week and next weekend, low pressure is stalling here around the northwest as we're getting this ridge of high pressure beginning to build over in the east. That's starting to block the progress of this low pressure. The trough here is beginning to be pulled beginning to be pulled apart through Britain and down in towards France as well. So in terms of the upper air temperatures through the end of the week and into the weekend, well, it's quite mild here across much of the continent, but what this doesn't tell you is that underneath this high pressure, the low level air is actually quite cold through this eastern part of Europe. But bringing milder air up in towards Scandinavia as well, that's probably quite brief, but maybe we'll see the temperatures picking up a bit over Scandinavia at the end of the week and into the weekend. And it's still quite mild out in the west, although with this trough being pulled apart, the winds are turning light, so there is an indication maybe that we might start seeing inversion type cold developing even in the west of Europe by the end of the week. Now, in terms of the temperatures, in terms of precipitation, we're seeing a lot of heavy rain here through much of Britain in towards France, where we've got that trough being pulled apart. So it's really the northwest of Europe that's seeing a lot of rain here, particularly the rain focused on this particular model run around southern and southeastern parts of France. Conversely, under that area of high pressure, lots of dry weather here for many central and eastern parts of the continent. There could be a lot of cloud trapped underneath that high, and certainly the risk of some mist and fog patches as well. In terms of the temperatures, well, it's still quite mild in the west, but those temperatures are beginning to drop a little bit. But for many central and eastern parts of Europe, the temperatures are quite cold. We're down into single figures. There'll probably be some frost around at night, but cloud cover may limit that. But the thing about the end of the week and weekend, we could start to see a lot of fog developing through these central and eastern parts of Europe. It's still quite mild, by the way, through the Mediterranean. So, typical autumnal sort of week across the continent this week, really. Starting off quite cold in the north and west. Temperatures picking up a little bit through the middle and latter stages of the week as a westerly wind develops. And by the end of the week and into the weekend, well, it's quite settled really across the bulk of central and eastern Europe with high pressure building. Could be quite a lot of fog with that. Unsettled in the west with that low pressure being blocked by the high pressure. So nothing really too extreme or outrageous across the continent this week. Certainly no severe cold or snow this week. Very much as you'd expect for a late autumnal week in Europe. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.